We at Moonshot Junior offer a holistic education through our 4-stage innovator program with an outcome-focused learning and product development experience. It encompasses 360-degree entrepreneurial training by helping kids explore their area of interest and imbibe critical and life skills through hands-on experiential learning.
Hi, I'm Sanya, and I'm from California, USA. As a little kid, I was always super interested in coding in Raspberry Pi.
Hi, my name is Samvi Ronka. I'm 14 and I live in California, United States. I am the creator of the Fantastic Box. The mentors and subject matter experts at Moonshot Junior have a flexible outlook. This is why I was able to articulately speak in front of a broad audience in arenas such as TEDx, where I shared my thoughts about the future.
Hi, my name is Anita Gautam. I love robotics. I designed and created this camera add-on module with Moonshot Junior.
Hello, I'm Aditi and I'm 11 years old.
Hi, I'm Aditi and I'm 13 years old.
And we live in England. Together we have written a book called The Atlantic Adventure.
We are very grateful for Moonshot Junior's support during our journey.
Hi, my name is Delina. I'm in 7th grade and I'm from Ontario, Canada. I made this animation to show awareness about the situation.
Hi, my name is Liza Stallings and I have been studying with Moonshot Junior and their innovative program for the past few months. So far, Moonshot has been truly wonderful and I've loved getting to do fun and amazing things with my incredible instructors. Now we are starting our prototype stage for our single button RF attention reminders.
My name is Shoria Malhotra. I'm the creator of the most realistic Tombola app on the App Store. This app is one of the most realistic, if not the realistic, Tombola app on the market. The innovator program at Moonshot allowed me to get the guidance I needed throughout the whole development lifecycle of the app.
Namaskaram and hello everyone. It's a pleasure to have you all here today. I am Mihir and with me here is Shruti. We are here on behalf of Moonshot Junior. I hope everyone is excited about the program. Before I start, I would like to thank Professor Hemachandra Reddy, Vice Chancellor RGUKT, Professor K. Raja Reddy, Vice Chancellor SVU, Professor Jamuna Duvuru, Vice Chancellor SPMVV, and Mr. Dave Yolapatti, CEO and President, S2 Tech, for giving Moonshot Junior this platform to meet future entrepreneurs and problem solvers. We would like to thank Mr. Dave Yolapatti for completely sponsoring this program. Before we proceed with the session, I would like to inform you all that we are currently streaming this live on YouTube as well. Please visit Moonshot Junior's YouTube channel and please don't forget to subscribe to view more such an exciting and informative content. So let's get started. I will give you an outline and introduction to the Entrepreneurship and Leadership Development Program, and I will walk you through what the program is all about and how you will benefit from this program before I hand over the baton to the who's who of the entrepreneurial world. So before I start, I would like to ask how many of you know the meaning of an entrepreneur? Shruti, why don't you go ahead and tell us what an entrepreneur is?
Thank you for asking me. So in my terms, I think an entrepreneur is someone who sees a problem as it is, but they don't stop there. They use their creative thinking skills to find out the solution to that problem. And the solution could be a product, a technology, or a service, maybe anything.
Okay, so thank you for that. So there's this creative juice in all of us, but very few of us actually have the skills to recognize that and use it. Here's where the ELDP program comes in. The Entrepreneurship and Leadership Development Program aims at fostering an entrepreneurial mindset in all of you. The entrepreneurial mindset is a critical skill set that will empower you. It will drive an entrepreneurial behavior in you and upskill you in identifying opportunities and addressing the opportunities by generating products or services. Now, entrepreneurs possess great leadership qualities. They lead teams of competitive people and have the ability to execute challenging ideas and even reinvent themselves. So people with an entrepreneurial mindset are seen as problem solvers. They don't just solve the problems of the society, but they also remove the hurdles in the way of their solutions. And the future is all about problem solvers. Now, another critical skill that you will be learning during this program is pitch making. Without pitch making skills, it is really challenging to transform your opportunities into real businesses. Now, what is pitch making and why should you learn pitch making? Well, once you identify an opportunity, the next step is to take it forward. And here is where you require pitch making skills. In simple words, pitch making is persuading your audience to invest in your idea or buy your product or services. Well, in the business world, pitching or pitch making means presenting your business idea in front of potential investors or customers. A pitch is basically kind of like a summary of your entire business. Now, this course will also be a step-by-step guide that will tell you the logical method that you need to turn your ideas into a genuine product or a technology or even a service, and successfully present it in front of potential investors or buyers. And it will also usher you on the path of discovery of your skills and abilities. It will prepare you for the future of work and empower you to be the job creators of the future. And in short, the intensive entrepreneurship and leadership development program aims to introduce you to a viable, sought-after alternative career choice. Now, I will let our special guests and industry experts tell you more about the importance of an entrepreneurial mindset in this program. You're all going to gain a lot of knowledge from the experts today. Now, there could be a slight variation in the actual timings. However, we are trying to hold on to the timing strictly so that all the eminent speakers get to speak as per their allocated time slots. Now, I would like to introduce Mr. Dave Yolapatti, CEO and President of S2 Tech, to kick off the session. He augmented his philanthropist work through the Fortune Fund, and he founded the nonprofit Fortune Fund in 2001. And this firm operates in US and India, and it provides scholarships and support for rural school children. We would like to extend our gratitude towards Mr. Yolapatti and the Fortune Fund for sponsoring this program. If Sir is here, I would like to hand it over to him.
Thank you, Mihir. Respected Vice Chancellors, Chakrapani Sir, Ken Burke, Moonshot partners, students, parents, and guests. So this is the beginning of an exciting 9-week journey for these 600 students from Rajiv Gandhi University of Knowledge Technologies, Sri Venkateshwara University, Sri Padmavati Mahila Vishwavidyalaya. Welcome students to this life-changing program. Our intention with this program is to create future Elon Musk, Steve Jobs, Mark Zuckerbergs, or Deshpandes with this program. If these people have impacted our lives so much, each of these students are also capable of doing the same. After all our students' DNA is 99.9%, same as the people that I mentioned just now. So what are Elon Musk and Deshpande have done so far? They are solving big problems. Elon Musk wants to save our human race by colonizing planet Mars, so that if any nuclear war happens on the planet Earth and everything gets pulverized or asteroid hits and everything gets destroyed, we humans who are living in Mars can come back to Earth and save the planet and they save the human race. Huge problem that Elon Musk is trying to solve. Daesh wanted the computers on the internet to communicate with each other fast at the speed of light. Look at what Daesh has accomplished. His firm has built the routers that transfer the data at the speed of light. Today, you're all accessing the data that's in the United States at a fraction of a second for the people like Daesh who have worked to build these routers. In 1997, when his company went public, he was the richest person on planet Earth, richest Indian on the planet Earth, and 70% of the internet traffic was going through his company routers. See the impact of a person like Daesh, who was born in Karnataka in a middle-class family, becoming so impactful. Elon Musk, born in South Africa in a middle-class family, is so impactful. Your DNA and these people's DNA is 99.9% same. You have the potential. Each one of the students have the potential to be like that. Just like Elon Musk and Deshpande, all our students can develop problem-solving mindset to identify and solve problems around them using latest and greatest technologies to make human life better for everyone. This way, they can create employment for others and make everyone's lives better. With high-speed internet available through Starlink, anyone in India can have high-speed internet access anywhere to solve the problems of the world. I know few people who make daily YouTube videos who are earning 3.5 crores every year. You can't beat this pay package. So just like Columbus traveled and conquered United States of America in 1492, we are going to travel and conquer planet Mars. Let Elon Musk have planet Mars. We Indians can travel to other planets such as Venus, Pluto, Saturn, Jupiter, and conquer them. After conquering planets in our solar system, we can go to other stars, planets in our galaxy. We have billions of stars in our galaxy. The possibilities are endless. Let our students imagine big, solve world problems, scale up their business worldwide or even cosmos-wise, and make people's lives better, and in the process, become very, very wealthy. Let us support them. Let us support all these students in this endeavor. And this program is the first step in that direction. Now, for the parents who are attending this program, I want to talk in a couple of minutes in Telugu. Parents andariki namaskaram. నేను ఇటువంటి ప్రోగ్రామ్ని మాస్టర్స్ ప్రోగ్రామ్ ఇక్కడ చేసినప్పుడు చేశాను. ఆంటర్ప్రెన్యూర్షిప్ అని ఒక క్లాస్ ఉంటుంది అనమాట. ఆ క్లాస్లో ఉన్నప్పుడు ఈ ప్రోగ్రామ్ చేశాను అనమాట. సో నేను చేసినప్పుడు నాకు బిజినెస్ చేయాలని అంతగా ఉత్సాహం ఏం లేకుండే. బట్ నేను తర్వాత ఒక కంపెనీలో పనిచేస్తున్నప్పుడు వాళ్ళు 50 సంవత్సరాల కంటే ఎక్కువ ఉన్న వాళ్ళందరినీ ఉద్యోగాల్లో తీసేయడం స్టార్ట్ చేశారు. అప్పుడు నాకు అనిపించింది, ఇది మనం ఉద్యోగం చేస్తే ఇంత రిస్క్ తీసుకోవటం అంటే, మనం ఉద్యోగం చేసినా మనకు ఉద్యోగం ఉంటుందో లేదో తెలియదు. ఇప్పుడు నేనైతే యంగ్గా ఉన్నాను, తర్వాత మరి నా ఉద్యోగాన్ని కూడా వాళ్ళు తీసేయచ్చు కదా అని చెప్పేసి, అప్పుడు Y2K is the big problem. కంప్యూటర్స్ అన్ని Y2K ప్రాబ్లం తోటి సరిగా పనిచేయమని చెప్పేసి. సో దెన్ ఐ సెడ్ నేను బిజినెస్ స్టార్ట్ చేద్దామని అప్పుడు స్టార్ట్ చేశాను. నేను 1997, 3 years before Y2K, the new century started. That's అప్పుడు నేను కంపెనీ స్టార్ట్ చేశాను. అప్పుడు కంపెనీ స్టార్ట్ చేసినప్పుడు ఈ ప్రోగ్రామ్, ఇలాంటి ప్రోగ్రామ్ నేను ఇంతకుముందు చేశాను కాబట్టి నాకు కాన్ఫిడెన్స్ ఉండేనమాట, నేను బిజినెస్ చేయగలుగుతాను అని చెప్పేసి. సో ఆ కాన్ఫిడెన్స్ తోటి, ఆ నాలెడ్జ్ తోటి ఆ బిజినెస్ స్టార్ట్ చేశాను. ఆ బిజినెస్ స్టార్ట్ చేయడానికి కూడా డబ్బులు కూడా ఎక్కువ పెట్టలేదు. 35,000 రూపాయలు, అంటే నా $500 ఇప్పుడు. 35,000 రూపాయలతోటి నేను బిజినెస్ స్టార్ట్ చేశాను. ఇప్పుడు నేను అక్కడ ఎంప్లాయీస్ తోటి కంపేర్ చేసుకుంటే 50 వింతలు నేను బాగా ఎదిగాను ఈ బిజినెస్ స్టార్ట్ చేయడం వల్ల. అంటే నేను ఇలాన్ మస్క్, స్టీవ్ జాబ్స్ లాగా కాకుండా బట్ 50 ఇంతలు పెరిగాను. ప్లస్ ఇప్పుడు మా ఫౌండేషన్స్ పెట్టాను నేను, మా ఫార్చ్యూన్ ఫండ్ అని చెప్పేసి రూరల్ స్టూడెంట్స్ అందరికీ హెల్ప్ చేద్దామని. సో బిజినెస్కి వెళ్ళటం వల్ల నేను బాగా ఎదిగాను. తర్వాత వేరే వాళ్ళకి కూడా బాగా హెల్ప్ చేయగలిగే పరిస్థితిలో ఉన్నానన్నమాట. కాబట్టి మీరు మీ సన్ కానీ డాటర్ని కానీ బాగా ఎంకరేజ్ చేయండి. వాళ్ళని ఈ ప్రోగ్రామ్ని సీరియస్గా తీసుకోమని చెప్పండి. వాళ్ళు జాబ్కు వెళ్ళకపోయినా ఇక్కడ వీళ్ళు నేర్చుకునేది ఇదంతా చాలా ఉపయోగపడుతుంది. ఈ ప్రాబ్లమ్ సాల్వింగ్ మైండ్ సెట్ అనేది చాలా ఇంపార్టెంట్. సో ఇఫ్ పీపుల్ డెవలప్ దిస్ మైండ్ సెట్, మన కమ్యూనిటీస్, మన స్టేట్స్, మన కంట్రీ, మన వరల్డ్ గెట్స్ బెటర్. ఆంటర్ప్రెన్యూర్స్ ఆర్ ప్రాబ్లమ్ సాల్వర్స్. అంటే వాళ్ళు డబ్బుల కోసం చేయరు, వాళ్ళకి ఈ ప్రాబ్లం ఏదైతే ఉందో దాన్ని సాల్వ్ చేసి వేరే వాళ్ళ లైఫ్ బెటర్ చేద్దామన్న ఉద్దేశంతో చేస్తారో అది మంచి పని. అలాంటి మంచి పనులు చేసే వాళ్ళకి మనం ఎంకరేజ్ చేయాలి. ఇది చాలా ఆంటర్ప్రెన్యూర్షిప్ ఇది కూడా చాలా కష్టము. ఒకసారి 2 సార్లు కాదు, పీపుల్ ఆర్ ఫెయిల్డ్ 6 times. ఇప్పుడు అదంతా ఎందుకు, మా డొనాల్డ్ ట్రంప్ ప్రెసిడెంట్ ఐపీ అంటే మీ దగ్గర ఐపీ అంటారు, మా దగ్గర బ్యాంక్రప్సీ అంటారు. హీ డిక్లేర్డ్ బ్యాంక్రప్సీ 6 times. అయినా కానీ ప్రెసిడెంట్ అయ్యాడు. సో నేను నా బిజినెస్ స్టార్ట్ చేసినప్పుడు నేను ఇప్పుడు స్టార్ట్ చేసిన బిజినెస్ ఇది 3rd బిజినెస్. 2 బిజినెస్లు నేను ఫెయిల్ అయ్యాను. కాబట్టి ఫెయిల్యూర్ ఈజ్ నార్మల్ ఇన్ ద బిజినెస్. బట్ బిజినెస్కి ఎంకరేజ్ చేయండి. దానివల్ల మీ సన్, డాటర్ బాగా కమ్యూనిటీకి, కంట్రీకి అండ్ ద వరల్డ్కి బాగా హెల్ప్ చేస్తారు. వాళ్ళు వాళ్ళు బిజినెస్ చేయడమే కాకుండా thousands of people will get benefited. కాబట్టి నా సిన్సియర్ రిక్వెస్ట్ ఏంటంటే యాజ్ అ పేరెంట్ మీరు సన్, డాటర్ని హెల్ప్ చేయండి. తర్వాత రాజీవ్ గాంధీ యూనివర్సిటీ స్టూడెంట్స్ తోటి మేము చాలా వీడియోస్ తయారు చేసాము ప్రామినెంట్ ఇంజనీర్స్ మీద, సైంటిస్ట్ మీద. రాజీవ్ గాంధీ యూనివర్సిటీ పిల్లలు చాలా చాలా బాగా చేశారు. అవన్నీ మేము యూట్యూబ్లో జిజ్ఞాసా వెబ్సైట్లో పెడతాము. మీ పిల్లల్ని ఈ యూట్యూబ్కి, మన సోషల్ మీడియాకి వెళ్ళి లేనిపోని అన్ని చదివే బదులు వీళ్ళ మంచి మంచి బయోగ్రఫీస్ ఇవన్నీ చదివించండి, చూపించండి. వాళ్ళకి మంచి వాల్యూస్ నేర్పించండి అండ్ వాళ్ళ మీద బిలీవ్ చేయండి. వాళ్ళు ఇలాన్ మస్క్ లాగా, దేశ్ పాండే లాగా అయ్యే కెపాసిటీ వాళ్ళకు ఉంది. మీరు ఎంకరేజ్ చేస్తే వాళ్ళు అవుతారు. కాబట్టి నా ఉద్దేశం ఏంటంటే మీరు వాళ్ళని ఎంకరేజ్ చేయండి, వాళ్ళకి బాగా సపోర్ట్ చేయండి. సో ఐ వాంట్ టు thank Chakrapani sir for connecting me to all the vice chancellors. And sir, thank you so much for helping me and connecting me and bringing this program to all the students in India. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for that wonderful address. And now I would like to request Professor K. Hemachandra Reddy, an epitome of hard work, open windows to success with his determination and inspiration for many. Professor Hemachandra Reddy has over 30 years of teaching and research experience in mechanical engineering. And we know him as the architect of an educational environment that provides opportunities to learn must-have skills effortlessly and flourish in the futuristic workplace. Currently, he is the Vice Chancellor of Rajiv Gandhi University of Knowledge Technologies, AP, and he is also the Chairman of the Andhra Pradesh State Council for Higher Education. Over to you, sir.
Thank you very much. Greetings of the day. We have experts joining us from the United States of America and my dear students of RGUKT joining from India. Greetings of the day to everyone. At the outset, let me very sincerely and profusely thank Mr. D. Yolapatti and his team for making this a reality. In fact, we have been planning. I don't know how to thank him for all his passion, for his commitment for the cause of the rural youth. this program has been materialized. I must also thank Sri Chakrapani Garu for introducing me to Dave Yolapatti. A small discussion with Mr. Day could materialize into such a wonderful program today at RGUKT. And today we have identified 500 students of RGUKT to go through this entrepreneurship development program. Mr. Day, I think every one of us from the RGUKT family, my Chancellor, Professor K.C. Reddy Garu, my colleagues at RGUKT, and all my 20,000 students of RGUKT, we are greatly indebted to you for your initiative. And I'm sure, we are not going to end at this point of time. And with this program, we are going to plan a few more programs for the benefit of the students of RGUKT who are essentially drawn from the rural Andhra Pradesh. Friends, I must tell you, the first instance or first interaction with Dave Yolapatti, I was so impressed with his commitment. And he, as a successful entrepreneur there in the US, he did not forget his roots. And he expressed his very strong desire to help the poor and students hailing from rural background. Because Dave all the time has been telling me in all my interactions, he has been telling me that these students fail, if at all, if they fail because of lack of interaction, lack of exposure. I think, Moonshot and the entire Day's team, today came forward to give top-notch training in entrepreneurship development. I know it's not me saying, you must have heard Day talking about his passion. He was quoting, Steve Jobs and then Deshpande ji of India. And, he had a number of role models. He always, he said he failed twice before he became a successful entrepreneur. Now, this program, not one or two, 500 of RGUKT students are involved in this. And this program, hand-holding of these students will be for 8 long weeks. And we have very carefully identified 500 students from RGUKT, from all 4 institutions of RGUKT, 125 each from each of these institutions. Mr. Day, let me submit to you, not only these 500 students, their parents, there are thousands of other RGUKT students are viewing this program, the Day Zero program through YouTube link. Mr. Day, I must inform you that the activity you have initiated here for us today, it is going to change the entire game at RGUKT. And, I must say, this is, a game changer. So many of the students are getting exposed to the best of the CEOs, COOs, CTOs, very well established. And, courtesy Dave, you supported RGUKT. You offered to conduct this program at almost at zero cost and at free of cost to RGUKT. This, RGUKT will remember you for a very long time. And I'm sure these 500 of the students who will down the line, I have enormous confidence in the way you have designed the program. Going through this program, I'm sure at least 70 to 80% of the students will definitely get inspired, and their lives will be changed. It will be a scenario like before the Moonshot program and after the Moonshot program for RGUKT. And with these change makers, RGUKT culture will down the line is expected to be changed. Your organizers have given me only 3 minutes time. I think I took that time already. I'm very happy. I'm joined in this meeting by my academicians, my fellow academicians and Honorable Vice Chancellors of SV University, Professor K. Raja Reddy, and the Honorable Vice Chancellor of Padmavati Mahila University, Professor Jamana Garu, and entire my RGUKT team hooked up to this program. I will personally thank you. whenever I get an earliest opportunity to meet you, then probably I would be expressing all my gratitude to you for coming forward. And I'm sure this concern of you for the poor people and the rural people from rural India and rural Andhra Pradesh will go a long way in building their careers. Day, thank you very much once again for giving me this wonderful opportunity.
So you're welcome, sir.
Thank you, sir, for that wonderful address. Now I would like to welcome Professor K. Raja Reddy. Professor K. Raja Reddy is a dedicated academician with decades of experience in the field. An expert in Indian foreign policy and regional organizations in Asia Pacific, he has authored books such as Foreign Policy of India and Asia Pacific, and he was also the editor of India and Asian Foreign Policy Dimensions for the 21st Century. In his new roles as the Vice Chancellor of Sri Venkateswara University, he is following a holistic approach for providing a positive learning environment and maintaining high academic standards. Before joining SVU University, Professor K. Raja Reddy was a professor at the Center for Southeast Asian and Pacific Studies, Sri Venkateswara University in Tirupati. So now I would like to request Professor Reddy to...
Well, thank you. Thanks a lot. Warm greetings from the holy town of Tirupati to Professor Reddy, the Honorable Chairman.
Sir, if we could request you to speak a little louder, your volume is a little low.
Yeah. Warm greetings from the holy town of Tirupati to Professor Reddy, Honorable Chairman Acting, Mr. Dayakar Garu, founder of Fortune Fund and S2 Tech, members of Moonshot, faculty members, parents, students, and other invitees. I'm really happy to associate myself with today's orientation program. I have attended a meeting a couple of days back with Dayakar Garu and others. During the course of my interaction, I got to know many things about the 9-week Entrepreneurship and Leadership Development Program, which is being jointly organized by Fortune Fund, S2 Tech, and Moonshot. I strongly feel it's a great initiative which would do a world of good to the students. When experienced professionals, successful entrepreneurs, and other accomplished persons run the session, it would result in great learning. In addition, the organizers are planning to extend hand-holding support even after the program is completed. All those who are attending this boot camp are really blessed. Entrepreneurship as a career option is still not fancied by many youngsters, not only in India, but in other parts of the globe as well. It's time now to cultivate the entrepreneurial mindset. If this is taken seriously, multiple things would happen simultaneously. Sky is the limit for the entrepreneurs to grow. Besides, many people can be provided jobs, and as such, the country's economic development is mainly dependent on entrepreneurship. So the choice of entrepreneurship places people in win-win situation. We all understand how unemployment has been hitting the world for years. Governments at central and state level are continuously focusing to address this huge challenge. When you become an entrepreneur and provide jobs to others, the problem of unemployment gets mitigated to a large extent. You can also feel so proud to do this, and your effort contributes significantly to the nation building process. If you have self-belief and work diligently, nothing is difficult. Remember the words of great Napoleon Bonaparte: impossible is the word to be found only in the dictionary of fools. I'm sure when you have clarity of purpose and the right vision, you can do wonders, and the day is not far off when we see some of you emerging as highly victorious entrepreneurs. The 9-week ELDP program is structured so well and it covers all the important topics like ideation, validating ideas, competition analysis, prototyping, testing, digital marketing, to name a few. This wonderful opportunity has to be well utilized by everyone attending it. Please remember, the first thing an entrepreneur has to do is to capitalize on the opportunity and not to lose them. I am also happy to inform that Sri Venkateswara University is setting up an entrepreneur club which will take up a lot of activities around the year. This is done in the association with the Northeast University, Boston, USA. We are also in the process of setting up an incubators and startup cell in the campus. CEO and others will be recruited soon to run the center. This will certainly be a big plus for the students of SU University. Before I conclude, I would like to acknowledge the tireless efforts of Professor P. Raghunath Reddy, Head Department of Management Studies, Professor M. Srinivasa Reddy, Dean Faculty of Management, Professor Sri Murali, Placement in Charge, SU College of Engineering, to run this program successfully. I sincerely thank the organizer once again for this great initiative. Wishing the program all success. Happy learning. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Reddy, for that wonderful address. Now I would like to talk about Professor Jamuna Devuru, who unfortunately was not able to join us for the event. But nonetheless, I would like to introduce her. Professor Jamuna Devuru, an eminent educationist with a profound commitment to the well-being of the aging population, has made critical contributions to the gerontology in India. Dedicated and goal-driven, she has gained a prominent position in her field because of her exemplary work. She has directed over 16 national and international research projects on psychology of aging. Professor Devuru has edited and published 11 books and over 80 scientific articles. She is currently the Vice Chancellor of Sri Padmavati Mahila Vishwavidyalaya in Tirupati, Andhra Pradesh. So unfortunately, she could not join us, but I would I would have liked to read her bio. So yeah.
We at Moonshot Junior offer a holistic education through our 4-stage innovator program with an outcome-focused learning and product development experience. It encompasses 360-degree entrepreneurial training by helping kids explore their area of interest and imbibe critical and life skills through hands-on experiential learning.
Hi, I'm Sonia, and I'm from California, USA. As a little kid, I was always super interested in coding and Raspberry Pi.
Hi, my name is Samviranka. I'm 14 and I live in California, United States. I am the creator of the Fantastic Box. The mentors and subject matter experts at Moonshot Junior have a flexible outlook. This is why I was able to articulately speak in front of a broad audience in arenas such as TEDx, where I shared my thoughts about the future.
Hi, my name is Untitled Chapter. I love robotics. I designed and created this camera add-on module with Moonshot Junior.
Hello, I'm Aditi and I'm 11 years old.
Hi, I'm Aditi, I'm 13 years old.
And we live in England. Together we have written a book called The Atlantic Adventure.
We are very grateful for Moonshot Junior's support during our journey.
Hi, my name is Delina. I'm in 7th grade and I'm from Ontario, Canada. I made this animation to show awareness about the situation.
Hi, my name is Liza Stallings and I have been studying with Moonshot Junior and their innovative program for the past few months. So far, Moonshot has been truly wonderful and I've loved getting to do fun and amazing things with my incredible instructors. Now we are starting our prototype stage for our single button RF attention reminders.
My name is Shoya Malhotra, and the creator of the most realistic Tombola app on the App Store. This app is one of the most realistic, if not the realistic, Tombola app on the market. The innovator program at Moonshot allowed me to get the guidance I needed throughout the whole development lifecycle of the app.
So now I'd like to call Alok Jain. He is the co-founder and CEO of Moonshot Junior Inc. Alok has 4 companies on his list of accolades, and his latest venture, Moonshot Junior Inc., aims to guide children to gain knowledge in technology, soft skills, and entrepreneurial skills to prepare them for the future of work. Welcome, Alok. Alok?
Yeah, thanks a lot. Let me just put my screen on share and then.
Yeah, we can see it.
Excellent. All right. So good evening and namaskaram, everyone. My name is Alok Jain, and I'm co-founder and CEO of Moonshot Junior. We are in the business of transforming curious mind. It's a Silicon Valley tech company, and we are fortunate and blessed to be here to deliver the Entrepreneurship and Leadership Development Program for ELDP. I am apologizing for standing up, but I think this was the only way for me to contain my excitement. So before I dive in, I'd like to thanks to all our collaborators, the Rajiv Gandhi University of Knowledge Technologies, RJ UKT, Sri Venkateshwara University, SVU, Isha Vidya School, Isha Home School, and Sri Padmavati Mahila Vishwadyalayam. I also like to say thanks to our sponsor, Fortune Fund and S2Tech, and especially today, without his support, this event wouldn't have been possible. I also like to extend the gratitude to all the Vice Chancellor, Professor Hemchandra Reddy, Professor K. Raja Reddy, and Professor Jamunaji. Really, your support means a lot to us, to this program. I like to say thanks to all our speakers. We got global leaders, entrepreneurs, business owners. We got several people in our crew who has built over $100 million companies. We have psychologists here. We got several TEDx speakers. We got many technologists. And I also like to say thanks to all the students and parents who joined today. I also like to say thanks to all my team who has put a lot of work tirelessly last several weeks to deliver this program. So Moonshot Junior, we really aims to build future entrepreneurs and innovators via our outcome-focused experiential learning. We help students realization of their passion early on, really help them understand real-world applications, how they work, problem solving, critical thinking, and so on. We really provide an hands-on experiential learning through product building experience, launching, and also help them with fundraising. So what are we really solving here? Industry 4.0 is here, and everything revolves around tech. If it is robotics or 3D printing, IoTs, various integrations, sensors, and so on. But with the Industry 4.0 revolution, the future of work is also changing. What we are really observing here, my previous generation, my parents, they used to have a single job in their life. In general, they retired from that. Our generation or my generation, we are seeing anywhere from 3 to 4 or maybe 5 jobs. Our Gen Zs or all the students who were born in between 97 and 2012, they are going to see anywhere from 10 to 20 different jobs and careers. To survive and thrive in that kind of workforce, the innovative and entrepreneurial minds become critical. And that's why we are here with our ELDP program. So really the participants in this program, they will gain experiential learning by identifying a real life problem, evaluating a practical solution, putting together a business plan around it, identifying team members, and pitching the ideas to venture capitalists, to entrepreneurs, business owners, professors, and other industry leaders. They will have an opportunity to interact with the global leaders. We got several eminent speakers from USA, from United Kingdom, from Canada, India, and so on. In this program, they will be able to develop leadership skills, of course, entrepreneurial skills, communication skills, social skills, and so on. The participant will be able to start their journey on innovative and entrepreneurial mindset, and they will get exposure of Silicon Valley, UK, Bangalore, and global work culture. Last but not least, each of the students, they will have hands-on experience of developing and delivering a business pitch. But there is a lot more. All the winning teams and individuals, they will receive fabulous prizes. We have several prizes lined up, It's all sponsored by Fortune Fund and S2Tech. But we will not stop there. The teams with good idea will have an opportunity to realize their product or business idea via our next 9 to 12 month incubator program. Again, all sponsored or I'll say funded by Fortune Fund and S2Tech. So without further ado, I'd like to invite our next speaker, Ken Burr. He is the founder and CEO of Entrepreneur Now Network. He has been my personal mentor for the last many years. He has built several successful companies. One of his company, Market Live, it used to do $2 billion sales a year for its customer. It's a behemoth $100 million e-commerce platform. Lately, Ken has been running Entrepreneur Now, where he has transformed thousands of businesses as a business coach, as a coach for many entrepreneurs like me. And when we were really thinking who could be the best person to kickstart this session, we couldn't think any better name than Ken. So Ken, I'd like to welcome you to kickstart this session. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, Alok. And I have had the absolute pleasure of being Alok's personal mentor for a number of years now. It's been a thrill, and I'm so excited what Moonshot Jr. is doing for the youth around the world. So it's really exciting, and I'm thrilled to be here talking with you today as well. And I know we have a big audience out there today, and I'm really excited to be with you today. I'm going to talk to you about developing your entrepreneurial mindset. I'm going to give you the tools to think about how you need to think about being an entrepreneur. Now you say, I'm not sure if I want to be an entrepreneur. That's okay. We're going to talk a little bit about that just to get started. So I hope you all can see my slides as well. And we'll get started right now. Alok gave you a wonderful introduction. And I know first thing I want to say is I have a funny accent, don't I? I feel out of place because all these wonderful Indian accents and I sound like an American. So I apologize for that and not being able to greet you in your native language, but I'm trying to learn. So and one day hope to come to your beautiful country as well. So a little bit about me. I caught the entrepreneurial bug very early in life. And you say, well, I was 10 years old actually. And my first entrepreneurial job was a paper route back in the day when we used to deliver papers by hand. I'd get on my bike and every morning and every night I would deliver papers. And I started off with one route, and by age 12, I had 2 routes, and age 13, I had 4 routes and was up at 7 days a week, delivering newspapers, collecting money from my customers, and then paying my bills. So very much just like a business, just like a small entrepreneur. And that gave me the entrepreneurial bug to really never want to work for a major corporation. I never had that desire. There's nothing wrong with that. In fact, there's wonderful opportunities out there to learn and to grow and develop when you go into university and then when you graduate and you go to a company. But some of you, many of you actually might take a different route. When I went through entrepreneurship, because I'm a little bit older than you, or a lot older than you, and it was more rare to be an entrepreneur. Today, it's all over the place. In fact, your generation is going to be made up mainly of entrepreneurs. And I have a different definition of entrepreneur I'm going to share with you in just a second. Alok was right in that I was fortunate to found my company 25 years ago and sold it most recently about 4 or 5 years ago, when we did $2 billion in online commerce for our customers each and every year. So that's with a B, a billion. So we were a big company, and it grew from just myself sitting in an office, very similar to the one I'm sitting in right now, and just an idea. And that's about it, and no money. In fact, I have an article in one of the famous business publications. It's got me on the cover. I was going to grab it out of my archives, but I couldn't find it. And it says, startup, Ken Burr starts his company for $500. And now $500 is a lot of money to all of us. And I get that. But to start a business, that was a very small amount of money. I started with $500 and grew it into a multi-billion-dollar e-commerce enterprise. So if I can do it, you can do it. And I guarantee you that it just starts with one idea, any idea, and that then blossoms and grows, and it just grows and grows and grows. In fact, that's what it's all about. And I'm going to share you some lessons today that will help you with that. Today, I run an e-learning company called Entrepreneur now. You can see that on the screen that teaches entrepreneurs like Alok, who doesn't need my education anymore, by the way, because he is a brilliant entrepreneur right now. And other tech CEOs around the Silicon Valley, as an example, on how to be entrepreneurs and how to start their businesses and grow their businesses as well. I have a software company as well. I'm what you call a serial entrepreneur. I start up in a company, I sell it, I start another company, I sell it. That's what I enjoy doing. And I've been doing this for about 25 years. Now, I want to ask you a question. So you might say entrepreneurs, what is an entrepreneur anyway? Well, in fact, 67% of people worldwide are entrepreneurs in some form. And that's changed dramatically in your generation since you've been alive. This was not the case 10 years ago, 15 years ago. But today, because we have what's called the gig economy, there are so many people earning money outside of a traditional office job or traditional employment job where they're working on their own, they're independent. And so I really want to understand, someday, do you want to be an entrepreneur, however you define it, whether we call you a solopreneur. A solopreneur is just yourself running a business, nobody, no employees, nothing, just you providing a service, providing a product out to the world, out to your clients, whatever that might be. And then there is a whole continuum down to growing a big, big company, which you might want to do someday as well. We have a poll question that I'd like the folks controlling our session today to put on the screen. Would you like to be an entrepreneur someday? So if you could put that on the screen, that's great. Thank you so much. And I'd love to see, I think we just have everybody just go and vote. Tell me, do you want to be an entrepreneur? Do we have a room full of entrepreneurs today? So far, I'm getting yeses all across the board. I don't have a no yet. It's okay if you don't. It's okay if you want to go and work for a company. There's nothing wrong with that. Or it's okay if you're not sure yet as well. I'd like to see some more response. Oh, the poll is over. That was a very quick poll. Well, 100%.
We can relaunch it. Yeah, let's do that.
Oh, sure. One more time. Let's go. Because I want more participation. We got to wake up everybody out there. All right. We got a lot of people. Oh, you guys are good.
There we go.
Oh, I love it. Look at these. You guys are fast too. All right, good. Well, I'm still getting overwhelming response. I think you can see on your screen that 89% right now. Oh, you guys are very interactive this evening, I should say. It's morning for me here in the Silicon Valley of San Francisco, but evening for you. And I love it already. That's great. We've got almost 200 respondents saying, I want to be an entrepreneur in some form. I want it to be yours. I want you to do what you want to do. And I'm going to share those lessons with you because today, what I'm going to talk about, we can go ahead and end the poll now, or I guess I can end the polling. Great information, by the way. We'll pull that off our screen and we'll come on back here. Really great information. Well, let me tell you first, what are the different types of entrepreneurship that we have out there. First of all, there's kind of like what I talked about first is the freelancer or gig economy. We call it a gig economy. That might be an Uber driver. That might be somebody working as a graphic designer and have a set of customers. It's just you. We call that a solopreneur. That is absolutely an entrepreneur. You're going out, you're getting the business, you're passionate about what you do, you're great at what you do. And by the way, I'm going to give you a bunch of tips that are going to make you even better, okay? And I want you to remember all these lessons because what I'm going to teach is up here. You've already got what's in here. In your heart, I'm going to teach what's in your head. All right. You could have a small business, just a small little business, 1 to 5 employees. It could be a retail shop. It could be a little agency. It could be a small software company, whatever it might be. Or you could be what we call a startup, maybe from 5 to 100 employees. This is just one way to define what a business might look like. A startup, I've done multiples of these, where you've got a group of people you've brought together, you've grown over time. This could be your software company. It could be a bigger digital agency. It could be something in biomed. Whatever you're interested in. This is just and you could be in startup mode for 10 years or 15 years. In fact, when I sold my company 21 years after I started it, some people still called us a startup, even though that we were a big company at the time, because we were innovative and we were energetic. That's what a startup is all about. It's creating new ideas and then bringing them to the world and changing the world and making it a better place. That's what startups do, at most of them anyway. And then there's a growing business where you're 100 to 1,000 employees. In fact, I fit into this category a little bit more because we had about 250 employees at our company. my last company anyway. Now I'm back in the startup mode again with my new companies, right? It happens over and over. And this is a growing business. This is where you're growing year over year, 100%, 200%, 50%, whatever it might be. And you keep growing and growing and getting bigger and bigger. And then there's a scaling business where you're really big at 1,000+ employees. And then finally, one of these could actually be what we call a unicorn. Now, a unicorn you've all heard of. I know you have. I know some of you watch American TV as well, and we have shows just about unicorns, crazy as it may be. And these are companies that are valued at $1 billion or more in what we call market cap. So that's their value to the rest of the world, or their perceived value, whether they're publicly traded or private. They're still called a unicorn. And there's a lot of people here where I live in San Francisco in the Silicon Valley that want to be a unicorn. I don't think you have to be a unicorn. I think it's okay to be a small business or a freelancer, whatever you want to be. We've got another poll question. I want to know what you want to be. Maybe you all want to be unicorns. Maybe you all want to be freelancers. Let's pop up that poll question we've got. Okay, it's your turn. Let's keep this up for a while now, because I want to ask you, what kind of entrepreneurial business do you want to be? Do you want to be a startup? Do you want to be a small business? Maybe a freelancer? That's great too. Or maybe you're a big dreamer. You've got big ideas and big goals. That's okay too. You can be a unicorn and be worth $1 billion or more in market cap, right? And so I love the dreamers out there. This is great. We've got 180. We'll wait a little bit longer. Keep the poll up just a little bit. You guys are very interactive today. I love this. You guys are such a great group. And I see people coming in. So let's just summarize a little bit. I see a lot of people wanting to be a startup. I see a lot of people wanting to be a growing business, and we've got a lot of unicorns out there. I love it. All right, let's go ahead and end the poll here. I love these results that I'm seeing. Growing businesses win, but unicorns are right behind. All right, let's go ahead and close this on down now. All right, let's get into our lessons. I am so excited to share these lessons with you. These are 10 lessons that I selected specifically for you, your age group, your demographic, your folks there that I think will benefit you. I've got 180 of these lessons in my varying talks and things. I can't do them all in one talk. And so I'm going to share each one with you. And again, what I want to change is the way you think, because if I can affect a little bit about what's up here in your brain, then you're going to be much more effective as an entrepreneur, because the game is won or lost with how you think, not what you do. I know that sounds strange, but any of you can be successful as an entrepreneur with almost any idea, because you can take any idea and you continue to mold it and shape it as you develop it. Do you think Moonshot Junior started exactly like this? I was there at the beginning of Moonshot Junior. I was there sitting with Alok talking about the idea. Now, it's pretty close to what he talked about. He's a pretty good entrepreneur. He's been around the block a while, but he's also shaped it and molded and came up with new ideas. His entire staff, he's got now many people, I don't even know how many people he has, hundreds of people working with him and for him and with this organization, and they all come with new ideas. So that's what's important, is that you're going to shape your business. And it may not be what you think right out of the gate, but I will tell you, almost any idea is a good idea if we just shape it right. And sometimes we have to twist it. We call it pivoting. Well, we mold it to what the market wants and make it into a business. So it doesn't always have to come out right away, but I want you to take your idea and your passion and turn it into that. All right, our first lesson is you create your definition. That's capital Y-O-U-R, definition of success. Nobody else does that. Now, what do I mean by this? And why is he starting this out? Because I think that we have, and again, here in America, and I know over in India as well, we have other people telling us what success is to be for me. And I don't want you to be a rebel necessarily. I don't want you to disobey your parents necessarily, but I want you to take your ideas and what you're passionate about. If you like playing the guitar, there's a business there. If you like making pottery, there's a business there. If you like scuba diving or fishing, there's a business, whatever it might be. If you like playing cards or playing video games, I have a godson I'm very close to. He's 14. I just turned 14. And he is really good at video games. I like really good at video games. And you know what? I think he could be a video game creator someday. That's what he wants to do. That's great. That's how he expresses himself. So whatever it is that you're passionate about, you can turn it into a business. But I want you to define your success. And I will say, not necessarily your parents, although they're very important, very important to influencing you and guiding you, but explore that, not your friends. Your friends don't denote your success. Nobody defines success for you but you. Now, a lot of people have a definition of success around money, especially here in America, right? We value money. I don't know that that's necessarily a good definition. I would rather possibly, and I can't influence your definition of success, how are you going to change the world? Money will come. How are you going to influence the world? Money will come. How are you going to bring something, either a service, whether you're a graphic designer and you want to create beautiful graphics that help other businesses? That's helping the world. That's helping the individual businesses, and it's teaching you. Maybe your definition of success is you want to learn and grow and continue to do that day in and day out, and that's all you have to worry about. That's your definition. That's my definition of success. Every day I wake up, as long as I'm learning and growing, that is my definition. I don't need to do anything else. Don't need to make any money. I don't need to do anything. I just need to learn and grow. That's me. I'm not saying that should be your definition. And if you want your definition of success to be money someday, okay. But I think when you have the money, you'll find that, that's okay. That's just one thing. So have a broad definition of success. It's very important. You might think this guy's a little crazy. I'm sure you're saying that, but I can tell you this is really important. Now, next lesson, I want you to turn your passion into a business. So how you do this, I want you to identify your talents and passions. Find out, ask yourself this question: what do I really enjoy doing? What's the number one thing on my list? And when I make a list, I usually what I call serial rank the list. First thing I do is I brainstorm. I get out a piece of paper and I just start writing down things, right? And after I brainstorm, I rank order that list, right? I put it in rank order. Here's the first thing. Here's the second thing. Here's the thing I'm most passionate about. Here's the thing I'm second most passionate about. Here's the thing I'm third most passionate about. That's what I want you to turn into a business. Now, if you look at the first one and you say that's really not a business, go to the second one. And then I also want you to discover your talents. There is I believe that you've been given talents. We all come into this world with talent, something we're really good at. Some people are really good at languages, at speaking different languages. You're all better than me because I speak one language and you speak at least two, if not more, and maybe dialects. I look up to you. I look and say, wow, I wish I could do that. And maybe when I was a small child, I would have learned that, but I didn't. And today I struggle with it. I travel all around the world and I try to learn. I feel bad when I don't know some of the languages, but I'm not very good at that. But I am really, really good at business strategy. And I'm really good as an entrepreneur. I know how entrepreneurs think. I know how to run businesses. It's just natural. It just works for me. I'm an idea person. Figure out who you are. If you're an idea person and you like to think up here, you're a visionary. Okay, great. There's a place for you in the entrepreneurial world, but you need to surround your people with people that can do things. Like me, I'm kind of up here and I got to get people to help me down here in terms of doing things, right? So that the business can come to life. If you're a technical person, maybe that's where you go into, and then you surround yourself with other people that have other talents like marketing or sales. If you're a salesperson, then maybe you need technical people, or you need an expert, or you need a thought leader as well. Identify your talents, identify those talents, and your passions will come from that, and build a business out of your passion. I hope you all remember that as well, because I don't want you to do something for 10, 20, 30 years of your life that you really don't like to do. I love building software. I love creating software that other people can use to make money in my e-commerce business. $2 billion a year, people were making money. That's a lot of money. That I created that out of this desk sitting in an office. And then I hired really good people and really smart people. And was able to raise money from some of the best folks in the Silicon Valley. I raised money from Sequoia Capital, which you might have heard is the same people that funded Google and Apple and all of the big tech companies that you see also funded my business. But it took 13 years for me to get them to give me millions of dollars, which they did eventually, okay, from the day that I started. I didn't ask them for 13 years. Anyway, so you can do it too. Okay, next, we're really important. I want you to be focused. Now, this strategy is, and this way of thinking is as it relates to your business. Right now in life, if you want to do a bunch of different things and try a bunch of different things, you should. In business, if you can focus in on one thing, and the more focused you are, the more successful you can be. What I mean by that is be a specialist, at least when you start, as opposed to a generalist. Here's the thing. Most entrepreneurs, which you are all out there, I'm talking to a group of entrepreneurs, want to do everything. They want to create something and they want to solve the problem. They want to solve this problem and this problem and this problem and that problem. I can serve the world. Well, the problem is it's really hard to speak to the world. It's really hard that everybody thinks differently. So where entrepreneurs gain success initially is you want to get a foothold. A foothold meaning you want to get an anchor point to where you can establish yourself, and then you broaden out from there. Let me give you an example. I have many examples of this, but let's say that you have something wrong with you. You have a disease of some sort. You can go to a generalist, a general doctor who may or may never have treated that disease before, or you can go to a specialist that has taken care of that, knows exactly how to solve that particular problem or disease, and has many successes under their belt. Okay, that might be a silly example, but they're kind of an odd example. But think about something that you can specialize in, and the more you specialize in, the more that group of people that want what you do. So let's say you're a designer, right? There's a lot of different ways to design, or you're a programmer. There's a lot of different things that you can program. But if you focus in one area of programming, maybe game development, and then within game development, you do some AR, augmented reality, and then within AR, you even focus further, all of a sudden, you're now the expert in AR, augmented reality, versus a programmer. Does that make sense? I hope it does, because that's what I mean about a generalist versus a specialist. The more focused you are, the more you can charge for your products and services initially. You can always broaden later, but it is the entrepreneur that wants to serve everybody and says, my widget, my thing can solve all the problems for everyone. That doesn't work out there in the real world. So be focused. Okay. Next one is your actions create momentum. Just want to check my time, make sure I'm okay. Alok will yell at me. No, he won't yell at me. If I'm late, okay. Alok's very nice, by the way. He doesn't yell, ever. Your actions create momentum. What I mean by this is, if you're wondering or maybe a little bit scared, that's normal. I'm still scared sometimes when I start a new business or do something new or what have you. That's normal to be a little nervous. Now, if you're not, that's good. But what you want to do is at some point as you're starting a business, at some point as you're being an entrepreneur, at some point as you're going through school or you're going to university, you're gonna run into some potential challenges or maybe a barrier, something that might potentially stop you, right? Don't let it stop you. Your action creates momentum. What I mean by this in business and in life, when you can take action towards something that you want to do, like your goal, whatever you might want to do, whether it's to be an entrepreneur as a freelancer or build a unicorn or whatever it might be, take action that moves you just forward, just one step. I don't care what that action is. Sometimes my action is just to Google things. Sometimes what I do when I have a new idea, and maybe I'm a little bit worried, has other people done the idea? Is this a good idea? I just start Googling it. I start researching companies. I've got a bunch of sites I go to and I start researching and I just start learning. So my way of creating action is I just learn more. And then my fear level starts to go down. I want you to encapsulate this as well. So if you have a goal and you want to get to that goal and you're not sure how to start, just take some action. Just do anything. Google, talk to your parents, talk to a friend, build a prototype, build a model, draw something on a piece of paper. All of that creates energy. That energy pushes you towards your goals. Remember that. Anytime you get stuck, just do something. Stand up, jump around, do jumping jacks, something to break you up so that you can move forward. All right. One lesson, I won't take too long on this one, but you're 100% responsible for everything. As an entrepreneur, when I say that might sound scary. It's like, oh, Ken, I'm 100% responsible. I want you not to blame anybody for anything. You can't blame your parents. You can't blame your friends. You can't blame anybody. You take 100% responsibility for everything you do as an entrepreneur, your success and your quote unquote failures. I don't believe that you can have a failure. I'll talk about that in a minute. But the worst thing an entrepreneur can do is say, well, it didn't work because they made it not work, or they were wrong, or they were bad, or they didn't happen. No. Doesn't work that way. As soon as you change your mentality and say, I'm 100% responsible, and so what? If something doesn't go right, that's okay. If something goes great, that's okay too. I just want to make sure that you take that responsibility. Now, I love this next lesson because there is a lot of fear that comes up as you start to do something new. It's a normal human reaction. Don't worry about it. I like to say you must be in the game to win the game. What does that mean, Ken? That means that you can't be a successful entrepreneur, you can't be successful in business or at university. As an example, if you want to, you can't be successful at university if you don't go to university, right? You can't be successful at being a video game programmer if that's your dream, if you don't start somewhere and get in the game. So what happens is that sometimes people start and then they stop. That's called fear. And then they start and they pull back again. That's called fear. What I want you to do is I want you to push through that. Sorry for the loud noise. Whoa. Okay, that's early in the morning for me to make loud noises. And I want you to push through that and stay in the game. Stay with your passion. Just adjust things as you go along. Like I talked about earlier, I want you to mold what you do and push forward with that. You've got to be in the game to win the game. There's been times that honestly, I've looked at my business, even my current business, I have 2 businesses now. And I'm like, do I really want to do this? Some mornings I kind of wake up and like, I don't know if I want to do this. And you know what? I push through. And then all of a sudden, 6 months later, I have a success. This has just happened to me. I was struggling in one of my businesses for about 6 months. I wasn't making much traction. And all of a sudden I met somebody that became an instructor for me in my e-learning business and opened me up to a world that I didn't have access to before. And all of a sudden now, every day, people call me to take my e-learning. And before that, I was always calling them. I was struggling. I was like, why don't you want to see my e-learning? What's going on? And now all of a sudden, everybody comes to me. I'm inundated with opportunity now. Now you say, well, Ken, you're a success. No, you're a successful entrepreneur. No. I started my business. I just like everybody else, I had fear. But I said, you know what? I want this to be successful. This is a passion of mine to teach other people. And I want to stay in the game. I don't want to stop and do something else. I want to stay in the game, be patient. Sometimes it takes years. It took me 21 years to build the company that I built before I sold it. 21 years. It doesn't happen overnight. Sure, you read the success stories. Let me tell you a little bit about some unicorns out there, right? Airbnb, they're right down the street from me, right down. I'm just pointing to San Francisco right now. 15 years in business. It didn't happen overnight. They went public and made a lot of money and they were a unicorn, right? Didn't happen overnight. Apple Computers almost went out of business several times. I was around during the period that Apple grew up as a company. They almost went out of business, no more. Bill Gates came in and saved them. Funny enough, that's the story. That's a true story. So it's important to know that how you're going to move around. All right, let me move to the next topic. Failure is not an option. So here's what I mean by this. This is really important. As you're starting anything new in the entrepreneurial world, you'll have some challenges. You'll have some things that you need to adjust. You'll have some things that don't work, and you're going to have a lot of things that do work, right? Because you're passionate, you're driven, you're talented, and you want to deliver this to the world. Not necessarily to make money, although that could be part of your definition of success, but whatever that definition, whatever is your burning desire in your gut that drives you every day, that's what I'm talking about. Failure is not an option because failure doesn't exist. If you learn and listen very closely, you're going to run into some challenges. That's okay. If you learn from everything you do, then that failure all of a sudden becomes a success. You will learn most of the things in your life from things that don't work out right or the way you thought they were supposed to work out. You learn the best lessons, and out of that, you create amazing things. That's actually how it works in many cases. Sometimes you just wake up and everything goes perfectly for you. And that would be great, right? And that can happen as well. But here's what I'm worried about. If you have a fear of failing, you can't as an entrepreneur. That fear of failing doesn't exist. It's made up in your mind. If you really understand that, if I fail at something, just remember, if something doesn't go exactly right or what have you, I'm learning from it. And I'm learning the best lessons of my life. We don't learn our great lessons from all our successes. We learn them from the things that we're challenged with. And that is what makes us better. That's what forms us in. I know that sounds really strange, especially we have a little bit of an age difference, right? I'm old and you're young. And so it's a little different, but that's very important. All right, check your ego at the door. I'll talk about this one very quick. Ego is something where you think you have to be the smartest person if you're running a business. No, you don't. I've talked about this before. You need to surround whatever you're good at, you're really good at. I'm a good salesman. I'm really good at selling and talking to people, interacting with people. I'm really good at presenting, but I'm not a really good technician. I understand it a little bit, but I hire really good technicians and programmers and marketing people to support me in the business. You're going to do the same. So you don't need to be the smartest room in the brain. Let other people do the thinking as well. Check your ego at the door. The thing that will kill your business more than anything is your ego. What I mean by ego is that you think that you're the best and everybody else is below you. Now, I'm not saying that you think that, but if you do, and as you get into business and get some success, your ego can grow. Keep that in check because it's very important. Lesson number 9. This is a really important one. Become a thought leader in your field. You're saying, Ken, what is he talking about? Every one of you that's passionate about whether it's video games, whether it's graphic design, whether it's programming, whether it's public speaking, whether it's electronics, building components, you want to be an engineer, whatever it might be, you want to be a doctor, be a thought leader in your industry. That means that the information that you have is special. The information today in your brains today is special as you continue to develop it. So what I want you to do is take that information and share it with other people. That's what it means to be a thought leader. It's sharing the information that you have, packaging it up, maybe writing an article, doing a blog post, building a website, communicating it out to the world. That will all of a sudden make you more and more of an expert and make you and your brand and your company more desirable. And grow it bigger. I can tell you that's exactly how I grew my business. All right, we're on lesson 10. We're almost done. I'm on time. Okay, I have 4 minutes left. All right, and we're going to get going here. Have a big vision that excites people. And what I mean by that is it's okay to do something. It's okay to do something small or whatever you're doing. But I was taught this. You always want to point for the stars, right? Point for the stars. And you know what? I guarantee you that if you point for the stars, you'll hit somewhere in there. I like to say, reach for the stars, and you just may land on the moon. The problem is that if you shoot lower, you might get even lower than that. So dream big. That's okay. Think big as well. That's okay too. Even if you're starting small and you're focused, that's okay. But you inspire people in that process as well. I've got one bonus lesson real quick for you. If you get stuck or overwhelmed, here's a technique I always use. If you get stuck or you're like, whoa, this is just too much for me. In school, at university, wherever you are in your business, break it down into small bite-sized pieces. That means just little chunks of things that you can do. So if you have a big thing and it's like a little overwhelming, maybe it's a homework assignment, maybe it's a big project or an essay, just break it down into small little pieces. So a book is made up of chapters. That's what I mean. Take one little piece at a time, solve that problem and move on. Don't let the tidal wave overwhelm you. Just take it off, take little pieces at a time. And then finally, I did want to offer you a free copy of my book. You can go to the website at www.entrepreneurnow.com/prosper-free. And maybe we can have somebody in the control room put that in the chat window, that URL, or in the Q&A. And you can just go, I don't require an email address or anything. You can go and download my latest book called Prosper, 5 Key Steps to Thriving in Business and in Life. It's hot off the press. You can't even buy it on Amazon. So it's free to you. It's about 300 pages and it covers the things that I talked about. It's my gift to you if you'd like to take it. It's an ebook, so please feel free. I'm going to go ahead and hand it back to the folks over at Moonshot Junior. Thank you so much.
Thank you for that amazing session, Ken. And I guess we have some time for questions if you'd like to answer some audience questions.
Of course, absolutely.
Awesome. Okay. So I'll read out some of the questions that our audience has posted so far. So the first one is, how do we know that we are making progress towards developing an entrepreneurial mindset?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, some of the things that you're doing in terms of how you define success and some of the things I talked about, if you feel that you're growing, if you feel that things are moving forward for you in that, then you're developing your entrepreneurial mindset. There's not a lot of magic to it. Things start to flow for you and things start to come in. So here's what I do. I always check to make sure I'm in the right mindset. That means that I start to check to make sure I'm doing what makes sense to me, what resonates with me. If you start doing things that other people are telling you to do, and you're not doing what you believe that you should do, take direction from you. You know, your gut knows more than anybody. It doesn't mean that you can't ask your parents, your friends, and other people, your teachers, for advice and counseling. In fact, you want to do that. Take the guidance that you like, take the guidance that resonates with you, and throw out the rest, because everybody has an opinion about your life. I will tell you that. Everybody does. That's okay. But you get to make the decision about what direction you go in. That's how you know you're in the entrepreneurial mindset.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I guess we can take another question. Which industry will see more entrepreneurial activities in the future?
Great question. Excellent question. Thanks for asking. There are a couple of areas that are hot and going to be hot. There's no secret that tech and medicine are the two areas. The third one would be financial. So in big, broad strokes, anything tech related, software, hardware, that's where the boom is and is expected to be still probably for the next 20 plus years. So that's a big mega trend, right? New technologies, AR, whatever it might be. And medical research, biomed, that is also an area that continues to thrive and where, quite frankly, where the money is. So from an entrepreneur's perspective, those would be the first two areas I would go in. The third one is financial services, or anything that deals with money or the management of money is another area. So if you like any of those three, those are three really good areas.
Absolutely. Those do sound very exciting, and that does make sense. Thank you for that. And then there's another last question that we'll take. It's a little interesting. It says, apart from helping us in our career choices, how does an entrepreneurial mindset help you in your day-to-day life?
Yeah, great question as well. All of the things that I talked about, you can apply today. They all apply. As the title of my book says, thriving in business and in life. These are all universal. When you're working at whatever you're doing, being a little bit more focused is helpful. Knowing that you can't fail is going to help you in your daily life. Knowing your definition of success right now gives you a huge advantage in terms of what you do and what choices you make and in your daily life. So all the things that I talked about, and please feel free to read my book. I think that some of the things in my book where I go deep into discovering your talent, checking your ego at the door, that's a big one. I always ask, am I coming from ego? Am I being egotistical? And I don't mean egotistical like my hair is right or I look good or whatever. I mean egotistical in that I define myself as the things that I am, that the things that I own, the money that I have, no. So I check myself. I see where my motivations are coming from. Every day, I see where my motivations are coming from, what motivates me, and I make sure that they're coming from the right place. The right place is something that's pure, not something just to promote myself or make myself bigger, better, stronger, faster, right? It's coming from doing good in the world overall. If you serve, if you serve other people, that will come back to you in all the ways, money, whatever you want. If you're truly start a business, truly live your life, to actually serve other people, it comes back to you in whatever form you want it.
Amazing. Thank you so much for that answer, sir. There was this question in the chat. I just got it. It says, Raja says, if my business is not running as I dreamt it would, what should I do without risking my assets?
Yeah, great question. I love that question as well. So what you want to do, this is a normal strategy question. You need to go back to what your business strategy is. Who are you talking to? What your target market is, what your product is, what something's off, something strategically is not working. Just pull it back and what we call pivot. So try something new. I call it what we call test, measure, and adjust. What I mean by that is that you try something new and see if it works. If that doesn't work, guess what? You try something different. And then you try something different. Are you guessing at it? Not really. If you actually think about it and say, what's the most logical step I can do to kind of change? Maybe it's your product offering. Maybe what you're putting out there with your messaging, with the message that you communicate about who you are and what you are, what your business is off. Maybe it's not resonating. Maybe you're too broad and you're trying to talk to too many people. Maybe you're too narrow. So maybe you do need to come in and narrow that down as well. Maybe the thing that you're providing, people don't need. You think they need it, but they don't need it. So now all of a sudden you just have to reshape it. You don't need to change it. You don't need to stop it. Stay in the game to win the game. All you just need to do is reshape it. That's what I mean by reshaping it will actually change. And again, I don't know your specific business situation, but if something's not working, try something else, you reshape it. That's all you have to do. And if that doesn't work, try something else. And ultimately, if you really believe that it just is not working, then you can try something, literally try a different business at that point. But there's usually a lot of, I call levers that you can pull before it's over. I always look for, what can I do next? What lever can I pull next? And when I run out of levers, then maybe I have to give up. But until then, there's always a lever to pull, a lever to try. I hope that makes sense.
Okay, awesome. Thank you for that, Ken. And just so all the participants wanted to access Ken's book, I've shared the link again in chat. I hope that helps. And yeah, thank you for that session, Ken. And now I would like to invite Ashutosh Churili, who is also the co-founder of Moonshot Junior. And he is an e-commerce expert, and he plays a key role in guiding students to lead on e-commerce platforms where they can launch their own products and services. Welcome, Ashutosh.
Thanks, Mir. Thanks, Ken, Alok, Dave, for this opportunity. We all are very, very excited to work with 600 students over a period of next 3 months, and hoping to transform their mindset from mindset to inculcate and develop an entrepreneurial mindset amongst these students. And we hope to see that these students' idea come to reality. Like they explained, it's just sowing the seed. And if we give the right environment, like it will become a tree with a lot of fruits that everybody in the society can gain from. Like I'll not like it was a very fabulous session so far with speakers like Ken, Desa, and the YVCs explaining the importance of this. I would like to just take a couple of minutes to talk about why is it called, or why this program is called Entrepreneurship and Leadership Development Program. Why not Entrepreneurship Development Program or the Leadership Development Program? Let's start with a quick poll. Like, is entrepreneurship and leadership same thing? Let's see, like what do people think about it, and then I'll take it from there. I promise I won't take too much time. That's amazing, like absolutely awesome. Most of the people are bang on, like yes. Yeah, so like we could see 53% of the people so far, they're saying that yeah, it's not the same thing. And I would say that yes, absolutely, that's the key thing, that entrepreneurship and leadership, they are used as same thing, synonyms, but they are not absolutely not the same thing. There are quite a few differences, right? So like if we talk about what are the similarities, why do people think that entrepreneurship or entrepreneur and leaders, they are same? The first thing would be that like both entrepreneurs and leaders, they have a vision, they have passion, they have drive, they have motivation to take things forward, they have motivation to enhance enhance lives, they have motivation to change, both of them. They have got long-term vision, they have got short-term visions. How do you take it? But the key difference between an entrepreneur and a leader is entrepreneurs are there to build an enterprise, to bring in the change, to enhance lives, to enhance societies, wherein leaders have quality to get the people along, to influence people, to get the resources that are needed to bring in the change, to motivate them and to take it to the next step. Entrepreneurs definitely need leadership skills. Now, why would I say that? And vice versa, like leaders, they may or may not need entrepreneur skills. Like leaders in general could be entrepreneur, or they have entrepreneurial mindset or not. But for entrepreneurs, it is very important to have leadership skills, right? And why is so? Leadership skills are needed to make sure that the vision that you have for the change that you want to bring in is passed on, is shared with your colleagues, it's shared with your resources, it's shared with your employees, it's shared with your team, it is shared with the society. They have to have that power to influence people, to get the people behind themselves, right? So entrepreneurs need that leadership qualities, leadership skills. And that's why we have called this program as Entrepreneurship and Leadership Development Program. They go kind of hand in hand, but not exactly interchangeable. The other thing is like, how do you take your organization, how do you take your idea to the next level? How does an organization become a unicorn, right? So for that, the recipe, like I would say there are 3 points, and one of the topmost point is entrepreneurs and leadership qualities that are needed, not just in the people leading in the leadership team or the top team, but it has to be from top to bottom. And why is it needed? You have to become, if you want to become an unicorn, or your company want to become a unicorn, you will have to continuously innovate. You have to continuously invent. You have to always challenge the status quo, like Ken mentioned, and like they mentioned, that like you have to continuously on your foot, you're reinventing, and that's how you become an unicorn. The other bit is like, for any enterprise or any leader, you have to be fearless. You have to have big dreams. You should have confidence in yourself, and that's where like companies, like there are a lot of tech companies, there are a lot of companies that start but they could not become big, and it is because that combination of entrepreneurship and leadership is not there in the culture from top to bottom. Important fact that like I would like to present here for this audience, like they may or may not know that India is, or Indians are home to 43 unicorns. 43 unicorns, that put them in the list of top 3 countries with these number of unicorn after US and China, right? And out of these unicorns, 43 unicorns, 20 of these unicorns are in Bangalore. And why is so? Bangalore has given an environment, a culture to develop these companies into like work fearlessly, tirelessly. We provided resources, provided the environment that is needed, from whether it is from the government perspective, from the policy perspective, or from the overall support that is needed to inculcate these companies into unicorns. So yeah, to answer the question that I was here for, that like why we called it Entrepreneurship and Leadership Development Program, because for a successful entrepreneur to take their company to the next level, leadership is the key skill. I will finish off that, and I would like to wish each one of you all the very best for next 2 to 3 months, and hope to work with you going forward as well. Thank you very much. Thanks, Meir. Thanks. Over to you again.
Thank you for that, Ashutosh. Thank you so much for that address. And now I would like to call upon Vishal Malhotra, who is also the co-founder of Moonshot Junior. Vishal has started multiple businesses and has been leading EQ2 in CTO in the past. And EQ2 is one of the major companies providing solutions for medical devices, management, and facilities engineering in healthcare organizations all over the globe. His acumen, both as an entrepreneur and a technical expert, has been a major contributor in the foundation and shaping of Moonshot Junior. Welcome, sir.
Thank you, Mihir. And thank you, everyone, today. And I think this is the last topic of today's session. First of all, I would like to thank Day and all the vice chancellors of the universities for helping us spread the entrepreneurship vision to Indian students. I know I came from India, and India has a lot of talent, and our entrepreneurship mindset is the only thing that we have to develop in the children and put that in the children. They can change the world, and I'm seeing the next entrepreneurs coming from India. Everyone is talking about what are the main properties or main thing that entrepreneurs should have, skills basically. I will say the most important skills that I see is resilience, consistency, dedication, and persistence. Once you have a vision, you have to be having these properties. You will find problems. There will be kind of point where you will feel depressed or failed. And that is very normal in any entrepreneur journey. whether we talk about Guru Raj Deshpande, which is known as Deshpande. I don't know how many of you know about his history. So he came from India to Canada to do his PhD. Then he joined a job there. While doing the job, he saw the company growing due to a lot of his efforts and obviously some other people's effort. He thought, why can't I start my own company and become an entrepreneur? Now at that time, he left his job, moved to US to study a little more and start entrepreneurship journey. One point of time, he was basically having no bank balance left. And his dad told him on phone that you are making a big mistake, Desh. Why can't you go back and do the job? But he was consistent, persistent. He was dedicated, and he was basically resilient. The failures are normal steps for an entrepreneur. After he struggled and he continued to come back, he came back so strong that he became the richest Canadian and the richest Indian at that point of time. So even Bill Gates, his journey was not straightforward. Steve Jobs, he found failure. He was basically laid off as a CEO from his own company that he founded, but he came back, and he came back more strongly. So again, the journey is interesting, and there will be a tough time, but tough time never lasts, and tough people do. That you have to keep in mind. If you have any idea, what there is a problem in the world that you want to solve, and the world needs that problem to be solved, then just continue on the journey. Don't worry about all the hurdles that will come in the way. And again, the mindset, as we know, the calm mind is very, very important in the journey. And Day is also sponsoring the Inner Engineering program from Isha Foundation. So, and that's a required program for everyone. So please take advantage of this program. This will help you basically calm down your mind, and not only that, increase your IQ level also. There's a research paper by Harvard, how this program help every individual who go through this program. So, and I give best of luck to all the students for their journey. And I know this is just a start of the journey, and it will change or reshape your life again. Thank you, everyone, for your time today.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for that. And now I would like to show everyone just a glimpse of what is to come as far as dates and schedules are concerned. And you should be able to see that on your screen right about now. So all their certificates will be provided to all the students at the conclusion of the entire program. So when the program ends, you will be receiving your certificates, and that is mentioned on the slide as well.
Yeah. So Meher, I don't know if Day has any closing remark. I just want to make sure.
No, it's Alok, thanks for giving me the opportunity. I think the Moonshot team has done a fantastic job. I'm very confident that you guys will transform our students' lives, and you guys will produce the next Elon Musk and Deshpandes. There's absolutely no doubt about that. I'm so happy that I met you guys, and you put in a lot of hard work, and you leveraged all your connections in Silicon Valley. And you're bringing the whole United States or the whole world to serve these students. And I'm so happy and so thrilled. And I'm hoping that all our students, in spite of pandemic, in spite of exams, they take advantage of this program. This is a very, very expensive program. You are getting it at no charge. So don't think that just because you're not paying, it's not valuable. It's a very valuable program. I would say take it seriously. It will change your life, and your parents and your grandparents, your family will be very, very proud of you that you went through this program and you become a very, very transformative individual that also lifts your village, your town, your state, and your country up, and make us look proud and to be great Indians. So I've been in the United States. I mean, it's made by the immigrants with the great thoughts and great problem solving mindset. So you all are going to learn all of that through this program. And I'm hoping that India will not only, build great entrepreneurs, but colonize the rest of the, solar system. Let Elon Musk has his Mars planet, okay? We have rest of the planets we can go on. And Europeans have done that with the navigation and steam engine and gunpowder. And we can do with our software and with our intellect and with our skill sets, we can colonize the entire solar system. Nothing less than that we should aim for. And thank you, Moonshot. Thank you, Alok. Thanks everyone in the Moonshot for conducting this wonderful program.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for those concluding remarks. And for all the students, if you're wondering about enrollment, you should discuss that with your respective college or university authorities. They will be able to help you with that. Thank you, everyone, for coming to this session today. I hope you had a fantastic time. And I personally am looking forward to how this all turns out in the next few weeks with all of you. And I'm super excited. So thank you all for coming today. And I hope you have a fantastic weekend ahead. Thank you.